Silence in Modern, do you play it in any deck? Truly degenerate decks that tend to be a little bit more on the unfair side, sometimes don't mind playing Modern or Silence. It's a good anti counterspell card, basically. Will I be streaming the Sultai list I tweeted? Maybe. We'll definitely be streaming Black Green Rock. We have a donation for that. I don't know if we're gonna play Sultai or not though. Mostly just stick to what people donate to see. This hand's okay. I think it's hard to pass up both a Leyline and a Lotus Bloom in the opener, even if we don't have our Enduring Ideal. Morning, Trustee. Morning, Jip. How's the microphone level? I adjusted a couple of my things last night. Looks like it might be clipping. Check 1282. Mic seems good. All right, I'm gonna drag it down a hair. So just looking for our namesake card at this point. Definitely bottoming a land. Yeah, I pulled the level up because a couple people had mentioned that it felt kind of low. Oh, Moto died. It's one of those mornings, Moto. Haven't had your coffee yet, eh? Wanted to say, enjoy you describe the logic behind your plays. Definitely bring lines to the forefront of my mind when I play. It's also why I'm engrossed by your Warhammer vids on YouTube. Thank you, Darnie. I appreciate that. I've been having a lot of fun with the Warhammer game. It's been a good time. Definitely become my go-to mobile card game. Especially someone who like works on the computer all day. It's nice to like just poke at things on a tablet every once in a while. I think I'm going to be doing, every Wednesday night, I'm going to plan to do a couple hours of Warhammer, and then I'll probably fit in other random ones as the schedule permits. Is Enduring Ideal Modern playable? I mean, it's not unplayable. We've 3-2'd and 4-1 with this deck before. This deck, the best way I can describe this deck is it's a combo prison deck. It's a deck that kind of works to lock its opponent out of the game, and then once it has the lock via its namesake card, it actually closes up and wins the game very quickly. Sphere of Safety is not the Bratwurst. I just de-sleeved my Filthy Ponza deck, and I am sleeving up Blue-Red Tempo. You have no idea how excited I am. To set the bar incredibly low, a very realistic bar to jump across. Blue-Red Wizards is better than Ponza. It's a very low bar that you just kind of like skate over lightly, but definitely better than Ponza. I got you, Trustee. I got you. Sure. Yeah, that card's great. It's gonna be a staple in decks like what my opponent's playing. If your deck has Temple Garden and Birds of Paradise in it, it's probably gonna play copies of that card. What's going on, More Death? Yeah, I just finished my breakfast. I was sitting here and I was like, I don't really want to go do anything else around the house. Let's just fire up early and maybe get through 5 leagues today. One of the myriad of bad decks that people put up results with. So, if I crack this Lotus Bloom, I can play out Sphere of Safety, which is like kind of appealing, I think. If I play the Sphere of Safety out, how much mana do I have left over? I would have, this is 4, 5, and then this would get me up to 6, 7, right? Because this just jumps me 2 mana with 4 Devotion. And Enduring is only... Enduring Ideal is only 7, right? Let's just double check here real quick. Now, every time we've played Martyr in the past, it's been a really mediocre pile of Magic cards. But that's why people love Modern. If you really enjoy the type of gameplay that Martyr Proc produces, it's certainly a deck that you can take to a tournament in top 8. We cast Modern Staple Peace of Mind, which lets you pay 1 white and discard a card to gain 3 health. I drove all night to get back to Syracuse, and now I'm stuck for 3 to 4 hours in Toyota service station. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here for at least 3 to 4 hours, probably closer to 6 or 7. Let the company flow through you. There's a good chance they can't interact with Oh! I just assumed they were playing green-white unplayables. Apparently our opponent has a brain in their body and has registered a combo kill instead. There are 2 different Sultai decks that I've posted on Twitter last night and this morning. That should be pretty reasonable. You can take a look there. Oh yeah, that's true. They actually can't use Druid to pay for the attacking tax. When their deck goes off with infinite mana, though, they get to pick every creature up out of their deck, though, and there's probably a Quasi Pride Major or Rex Sage. Yeah, there's a Reddit thread on their Reddit channel. It's just r/Warhammer Champions. There's also a public Discord that has a giant scroll of channels in them Python. Let me make an invite link and I can post it in the Hooglandia server. I think I can create a public link. The deck does quest very quickly. I assume they're gonna kill us here, but we'll see. We'll see. They need some more things. Yeah, I'm definitely planning to dive into, until proven otherwise, I plan to dive into Standard back with the new set. We're going to play a few leagues at least. I need to get a grasp on it. The Stream Decker should allow you to scroll mind. If it's not allowing you to scroll, then it's probably bugged. Or change browsers. So Eternal Witness is lethal here because Eternal Witness allows them to pick back up Court of Calling, and then Court of Calling gets Duskwatch Recruiter, and Duskwatch Recruiter gets every creature out of their deck, which should include both a Disenchant and a Walking Ballista here, or a Rowanist, one of the two. Have you heard about this great pre-modern format, 4th edition through Scourge? That's cute. I don't know. Sounds like something I personally would never play though. Let me finish sideboarding here really quick. Either somebody is breaking into my home, or my wife is home, or there are ghosts that just knocked something over in the other room. Rune's Halo and Gideon's Intervention don't seem particularly good. Honestly, Ghostly Prison's kind of mediocre too. Maybe it was just the garbage truck outside. It definitely sounds like there's a garbage truck out in front of my house. That's probably it. I'm looking forward to just like a bunch of the new cards that are gonna come into Modern too. There's a number of cards that from this set that look like they could be reasonable in Modern, which is great. Hey Brian, thanks for the 12 months. You've been around much longer than that, but I appreciate the string there. Thanks for shipping the Bezo bucks this way again. Welcome. I came to visit. What's going on, Justin? I thought I was taking a while to sideboard. Apparently my opponent doesn't have Modern, Staple, Enduring Ideal on their board list. Yeah, this hand's just an easy mulligan. Not only does it have Terminus in the opener, which is kind of a knock, but just like needs lands. We have Bloom and Sanctity again, but the rest of the hand just really doesn't do anything. This hand has Terminus in the opener again, which kind of sucks. It gets a keep though. Definitely a bottom on that one. I want to think that he's like not particularly good in this matchup, but I really didn't have better cards to bring in onto the sideboard. Part of the reason you leave Leyline in 2 is because Leyline is a card that allows Nykthos to ramp us because it gets into play quickly. Oh, Hex. That'll be a fun story someday. Look. We'll look back on that one with fond memories and pieces of sadness. Alright, so maybe I should have kept the... Maybe I should have kept the Unlife there. I'm kind of just like looking for ways to build Devotion for this Nykthos. We're kind of hoping to either... Nah, bottoming for Sweepers is probably good here. Kind of just like want to get to... Want to like keep the board in check until we can get this Enduring Ideal off. That's certainly an EDH card. Is Hex still around? It's not, basically. They're like... They've basically just been posting non-updates and keeping this... I would be surprised if the servers are still alive next year. No, I don't think they'll ever... They're not going to rotate Modern. They will likely, however, introduce a new non-rotating format. It's likely something that's going to happen. Okay, well, we get to do our thing next turn. So, if they don't kill us, and they can't... The important thing to note about the opponent's deck when you're playing it, if you're not familiar with the Devoted Druid combo, is they need a non-summoning sick Devoted Druid to combo you. So basically the opponent isn't going to be able to combo us this turn. Is Overwhelming Splendor the first tutor? Yeah, almost certainly. Almost certainly Overwhelming Splendor. It's probably going to be like Overwhelming Splendor into like the Sphere of Safety. Or Overwhelming Splendor into Dragon. Yeah, probably Splendor into Dragon form of the Dragon. The pre-modern is the same as like old school or frontier in that it's never going to have any official support. We're never going to see official support for that format on Magic Online or as a Grand Prix format or an open format. So like from a content perspective and a like competitive player perspective, it's just like DOA. It's like might as well not exist. All right, let me tell you Let me show you something that's going to be a little bit overwhelming. Click auras to attach them. I choose you, Pikachu. What's going on? For people that are longtime viewers, any feedback on having the deck queue embedded in my website versus having it just linked to the raw Google document? Better, worse, the same? Do we get to play Stasis Countertop in Pre-Modern? I could get behind that, probably. There's probably not a ban list. This says creature without flying can't attack me, right? Yeah. Become the dragon. Like deck tracking and predictions. That's interesting. The Google Doc is still up there for people that want it. I mostly just like, even people who like watch my stuff consistently, I'm still having people that are like, oh, I didn't know you have a website, or I didn't know you have stuff on my on the website. And like the deck queue is like the thing people click on the most. So I kind of want to like get them onto my page. Man, these Termini are just like glued to my hand. Yeah, there's gonna be a new format that'll eventually be Arena Forward, but like there's no guarantee that like Arena is not going to back add some sets to fill in that as well. These hands have been really bad. This hand's actually pretty good. It's got Prison to stop mediocre beats. It's got Auramancy as a utility card here, and it's got Lotus Bloom and Enduring Ideal. It's like all 5 of these cards are decent if we can just like draw some lands and not die. And by not die, I mean I assume we're not getting a 3rd turn here. That's how Magic works. I asked on Reddit, but I didn't get a response. Your black-green article has Duress as a 9th discard spell. It's a 7th 1-mana discard spell, right? There's 3 Inquisition, 3 Thoughtseize. No, I think that's pretty off the mark. Especially with green-black becoming, or with blue-white becoming more popular too, and like more planeswalkers seeing play because of that. Duress is really resource efficient. Duress also gets to come in matchups like KCI, where Collective Brutality is just like not particularly good. As far as this deck goes in that first match, that match is a really great example of like a matchup that's just like really hard for this deck. Basically, if your opponent doesn't care about Ghostly Prison and doesn't care about Leyline of Sanctity, you're gonna have a really bad time with this deck on average. So thankfully, a lot of decks in Modern like care about one of those 2 things, or Phyrexian Life. You need to have some of your prison elements need to be able to line up into what your opponent's doing. And unfortunately, as far as the Druid combo deck goes, like none of our prison elements really line up well against what they're doing. Now you can't say it didn't help send you to SCG Con. I'm saving money until the new sets drops. I'm sorry in advance. 30 times that I make you play Sultai Control. So you're saying I should keep building Sultai Control decks, Justin? Is that what you're saying? I might have put together I might have like thought about Sultai a bunch. I saw your $1 donation. I said thank you. I just read it. Calm down. I got you. Alright, looks like blue-white control. Blue-white control is tough. Especially game 1, we don't really have good answers to play through counterspells, basically. Sounds good. Sounds good. I've got some lists with some delve threats in it. I've got some lists that are just like more based on the green black rock list. There's a few different directions you can take it for sure. The ghostly prisons here will be like a little bit annoying because it means the Snapcaster Mage can't attack me. Now this is a deck we've actually played a number of times on stream before. Wonder if this is gonna get Cryptic commanded. I assume they'll let this resolve and save their actual counterspell for whatever payoff we have. This deck wins with Modern Staple Form of the Dragon. Just like every deck, duh. Suspended Ancestral Vision, yep. So, while we're technically missing land drops, I mean, I guess we're stacking up. We're stacking up White Devotion to White, so that's gonna kind of eventually make mana with Nykthos. Are they counterspelling my Ghostly Prison? Yes, deal resolves. Yeah, they're being really aggressive with counter magic, which could maybe eventually let us poke something through. They also like have an AV coming off suspend here sometime soon, which is not great for us. Nice lands. Yeah, I like the black green deck a lot. I think there's a lot of people. I think this new card is finally going. Assassin Trophy is finally going to push people to really test black green. And I think a lot of them are going to be able to come to the conclusion that like things like Dark Confidant just like shouldn't be in their deck anymore. Morning, Nivik. I need to put the blame somewhere. It's okay, Nivik. I gave Blizzard like $1,000 as well. You're not alone. Don't feel bad. Copious amounts of Blizzard money has been spent. You're not alone. You are not alone. Correct. Yeah, my cost. That is a huge part of the reason why I put so much money into it. It is going to get written off as a failed business venture. It's coming off next turn. It's unfortunate for me. It's another cryptic command. It's a lot of cryptic commands. Yeah, I'm very surprised that this Nykthos is still in play. I genuinely don't understand why people are just through the card Hallowed Fountain. No, I do understand. That's a lie. It's just the power level of it in comparison. I just We're gonna counter this. Please, please counter this Lotus Bloom, and then let me draw a land and cast Enduring Ideal. How many different iterations of Sultai? Let's say 3. Let's say 3 is a reasonable number to allow you to put in. So that's 6, 7. I could cast Enduring Ideal this turn. Yeah, whatever. They can't snap Cryptic this turn. They can't snap. I guess they could cut. Whoa! Whoa! All right. Well, they spent all their counter spells on bad cards, and now I have a Dovescape. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all we got. Welcome to Thunderdome. I just assumed that we were super dead to rights. Trigger. So they get to attack us for 10 here, but then I get to put Phyrexian on life into play, which seems pretty good. Why are they activating Azcanta? Oh, they can't even attack me for that much because of Ghostly Prison, right? Yeah, that's true. You make them birds, opponent. You do it. You show me who's boss. Look at these beautiful birds. The noose is going to tighten, chat. It's going to close in on their throats. Trigger. Nice, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Aww. It's up on the YouTube's Beetle. I'm gonna do more Warhammer on Thursday for sure, or Wednesday for sure. How much do your leagues cost a piece? It depends on how soon you want to see them, Justin. The rules are the same for you as for everybody else. Safety dance. Safety dance. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Safety dance. Why would I give the birds the D when I could just do the safety dance? Alright, besage you in silence. Get in my deck. Leyline of Sanctity just like really doesn't have a text box in this matchup, right? It like stops Jace ults and Jace Fate Sales and that's it. Danielle, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on the Twitches. Thanks for supporting mine. Probably trimming on life. Yeah, I think we want Overwhelming Splendor still. I really don't have other cards I want on my sideboard. Maybe the Leylines are worth keeping just because they amp up Nykthos. Like, the Ghostly Prisons are, like, pretty mediocre. Oh yeah, I guess Rip has text in this matchup. That's super fair. Making Snapcaster worse is fine. Alright, let's do it. Makes Logic not worse too. Fair. Oh, to keep this hand. I'm pretty sure in this matchup we just like want to make land drops. Yeah, it's possible that the counterspell decks have enough counterspells that I should just be playing Defense Grid instead of the Boseijus. I have 2 Boseijus and 4 Silence in my deck. It's very, very possible that that's the wrong split. I cast this Rune Halo. Just name the Sculptor of Mind so they can't Fate Seal me. I just want to get White Devotion into play here, so that way my Nykthos gets better quickly. We're trying to cast the card Enduring Ideal, and then assembling various prison elements to lock our opponent out of the game. When he asks you to register, Cat Jesus. To be fair, Justin, he's competing for your title now. If I change something with my mic, it seems more crisp. I pulled the gain up a little bit. When I had set up my new system, I had left the level down a little bit because I'm loud, but I pulled it back up to 70% and then twisted a few levers and knobs. Well, that's true. I could make my own Azcanta. It's really sweet that they just Field of Ruin that, and we drew Boseiju. We're probably gonna want to hold on to the Boseiju. If we draw another land, we're gonna hold on to the Boseiju. Another field, sad day. Yeah, definitely just gonna copy enchantment, search for Azcanta this time. Remember, we can't flip search for Azcanta over. So it'll just be, we're just literally casting this as Think Tank. Negate, resolves. Resolves. I'm aware of how audio works, Big F Monster. But if someone commented that it sounds crisp, the game level is probably fine. I had actual copies of Search for Azcanta in this deck for a little while, and then I ended up cutting them. I have so many of these things, I'm just gonna play the Boseiju out. It's okay, Nivik. You've contributed a good deal here. You sound loud. Well, thankfully, there's this little knobby thing on your computer that can help you fix that issue. The tiny man on the talkie box is screaming at me again. He makes me feel scared. He makes me feel unsafe. I assume we're just, like, never beating this active Azcanta. So, Burgle, you're gonna love this. This is just, like, crap tier deck building, like, level 12. The reason why Peace of Mind is in my deck is so that way if you draw combo pieces after you cast Enduring Ideal, you can discard them to Peace of Mind, and then Mistveil planes them back into your deck. I guess Dovescape does kind of cover a similar fashion. What'd they get with this? They got a Teferi. My sponsor, MTGO Trader, provides me with most of my cards. The tiny man in the screen isn't loud enough, and the little sound bar is all the way to the top. What do? Take your computer, smash it, and buy a new one. If we draw a land next turn, we are definitely just slamming Enduring Ideals. Need to try and get them in before they draw infinite counterspells. And by that I mean there's already 4 counterspells in their hand, so we should be sad. Poppy needs a land. This pause is them reading Mistveiled Plains to figure out if they need to go quarter it. Untapped land. I think we're dead, chat. Silence is kind of dope. Do the kids still say dope? Is that a thing? Can I say dope? Please stop. Stop it, please. Please stop. Nagate. Alright, this is the part where we just get destroyed by the Teferi, right? The Teferi and the Escants and the counterspells. This deck is very bad against blue-white control. Devoted to blue-white control. Where are the decks that are attacking and blocking, chat? I don't understand. Where are the decks that are attacking and blocking? Those are the decks we want to play against. You want to play against the decks that want to attack and block. If there was ever a hand to steal a game against blue-white control, chat. Double Lotus Bloom, Silence, Enduring Ideal. Some lands. This is delicious. It is so nummy. Nummy, nummy, nummy. I got love in my tummy and I don't know what to do. Yeah, we do have Leyline to protect from click too, don't we? Is that the Miser's Leyline? See, look at this. You don't need 4 Leylines. You just need 1. You have it in your opener. Duh. Do I know what Cody is? No. Let's go with no. Yeah, we silence them in response to the bloom triggers. So that way they can't counter our blooms either. If I could pick 7 cards to start, how different would this be? This would probably be the 7. Ooh, piece of candy. Yeah, what are we on? We're on blue cards for Copy Enchantment and Serum Visions at this point. I didn't know curve me Monday into Trash Tuesday now, but I'll take it. Thank you, Dougie, for the bits. Trash Tuesdays. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that, chat? Be very quiet. We're hunting Howard Fountain players. Be very quiet. So they need 3x counterspells. They need like Pact of Negation plus Angel's Grace. You ready to get him? You ready to get him, chat? You ready to be like, shh, 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 shh. No spells for you. Come back in 1 turn. Let's make a point. Hopefully somebody decides Isochron Scepter Assassin's Trophy is worth donating for at some point. Because that sounds like just a A hootenanny of a time. Alright. Let's go, Devscape. Let's go. I think we're gonna steal this one. It's the Stone Cold Nuts on the play game 3. Hey you, have some birds. So again, which prison pieces you want to get are first are kind of dictated by like what the board state is and what your matchup is. Man, Devscape is just good, clean value. It's going to give my opponent, it's going to counter their AV and give them no birds. I would love to cast Enduring Ideal, thank you. So, Overwhelming Splendor in conjunction with Form of the Dragon locks them out of attacking us. Because the way epic spells work, they're not being cast, they're being copied and put on the stack, I think. The rest of the game, at the beginning of your upkeep, copy this spell except for its epic ability. Yeah, so copying a spell is different than casting a spell. That's one of those magic is intuitive and easy to understand type moments. Alright, so now we get Form of the Dragon, which is how we actually kill our opponent. So. Become the dragon. We are the dragon. Can you copy an epic trigger? If you fork the epic card, if you fork the epic card before the initial casting of the epic card, you can then get multiple epic spells per turn. I actually had a deck in Standard when these cards were Standard legal that did that. It was very bad, but it was funny. Copy Enchantment. I would like more dragons. Here there be dragons. You really say we're kind of dragon ass this morning. Trigger. Hey you, have some birds. Yeah, I definitely, after playing this, the Besagis should be defense grades. They're just like silence. Honestly, maybe they should just be dispels. The Besagis definitely are clunky. Defense grade's probably better because it's very proactive. Yes, Daniel. The Elves deck in the queue is waiting for Assassin's Trophy. They even said GG in chat, but we're like still hanging out here taking turns for whatever reason. I guess I'll get the safety dance just in case something goes wrong. Safety dance. Safety dance. Safety dance. Do-do-do. 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 Yeah, they could do a bunch of things. Yeah, they could have cycling abilities. They could have like Detention Sphere into Cycle Stifle the Devscape trigger. The opponent can't attack with their birds because Overwhelming, and this is the lock for people who are familiar with the deck. So Overwhelming Splendor over here is a humility effect, so it takes all abilities away from creatures. And then Form of the Dragon says creatures without flying can't attack you. So Overwhelming Splendor strips creatures of flying, and then Form of the Dragon says those non-flying creatures can't attack me. Because I'm a dragon, biatch. I'm a dragon. Arrgh, get him. There's a lot of text on Form of the Dragon, to be fair. Subsection 3, paragraph D, flying creatures may not attack the defendant. Clearly states. Sandlight covers our bases. Definitely gonna bottom a 4th land here for the time being and not Nykthos land, but we get to like start with Leyline in play. We have a Ghostly Prison on 3 guaranteed. So Starfield is a way to recover enchantments that are destroyed in addition to Mistveil Plains, like an extra like a redundancy plan basically. Generally speaking, you don't need it to win. Seachrome Coast. You're so selfless. Alright, so Ghostly Prison will be okay here, assuming it resolves. Hey, Azer, thank you for the 3-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh, does Splendor stop Stiflebird? Does that card have that line of text? Splendor has like 3 paragraphs of text too, in my defense. Okay, Enduring Ideal. That's definitely a card we are in the market to cast eventually. I'm glad we started early. This looking like it could be a longer league. 40. Playing against blue-white control, it doesn't concede when they're dead. We'll do that to you. We'll stretch your leagues out. What SCG event am I going to? So the meter over here is to send me to SCG Con in Roanoke, Virginia, where the Invitational takes place in December. I am going to be taking my own dollary dues and setting them on fire to go to SCG Columbus, though, at the beginning of October. So Columbus in October, and then SCG Con in December. Those will probably be my last 2 paper events of the year. Play a creature. Play a card. Do stuff. Yay, they're doing stuff. Yay. When do we get KentCon 2.0? So, Kent is actually teaming with Chris and I for the Team Open, and he's flying into Bloomington to drive there with me because his parents live here, so he's coming to visit them for a little bit too, since he's gonna be in the Midwest. So I think he's coming in like the Wednesday before Columbus and staying till the Tuesday after. The Invitational is standard and modern. Ghostly Prison slows down their shenanigans a little bit, which is nice. Kind of makes them choose between whether or not they want to pressure me or deploy more threats to the table, which is good for us. Just straight up no attacks. Deal, Reno. I just need a little peace of mind, opponent. Can we just stop and think this through for a minute? Yeah, thankfully Spellqueller just like doesn't really impact anything we have going on. Oh, I guess Mausoleum Wanderer is incredibly annoying, huh? That counters Enduring Ideal. We also need to be aware that they can flash in things to make the Mausoleum Wanderer larger. What SCG style / size of what changes would I make? I don't know. I think it's weird. It's weird for me to talk about changes I would make to something that I just like really don't play in anymore. Like I'm no longer their target audience. It doesn't really make sense to cater those style of events to me personally. Ghostly Prison seems like an appropriate card to host spirits. It's a flavor win. 10 out of 10 agree. Rattle my chains, baby, rattle my chains. Shake it all around. How many Ash trophies do you think your team will play as a whole? I don't know. It's definitely like the full 12 is not unreasonable. Realistically, I don't know. Well, we're probably, it depends if there's a good aggro deck or not. I'd imagine we're probably going to play an aggro deck in standard. Aggro decks are kind of where it's at week 1. I actually don't think the Besagis are worth keeping. I think too many of the counterspell decks have like Field of Runes and stuff like that. I'm playing Modern. I think I'm pretty set on registering whatever I think is the best for trophy deck. I think the decks I'm going to plan to test for Columbus are Black Green Rock, Sultai, and Abzan tokens. So I basically need to be able to pay like 4 ideally. So I'm actually going to cast Copy Enchantment as Rampant Growth here. Because if I copy Leyline of Sanctity... Do I copy Leyline or do I copy Ghostly Prison? Well, it's just getting Spellqueller. Yeah, I guess it makes sense to Spellqueller this, huh? Yeah, I posted potential Sultai lists I might consider playing on Twitter last night. I tried to install Gen 2 one time. It's like 2 weeks of my life I'll never get back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on. Come on, Kira. Come on, Kira. Come to Poppy. Alright, so they can get this up to a 4, so ideally I need 11 mana here. Overwhelming Splendor. Well, that's a really good one to draw naturally, because they can't Mausoleum Wander that one, chat. And soon they won't be Mausoleum Wandering anything. What distro do I run? Ubuntu 1804. I actually help maintain a distribution called Bodhi Linux that provides an Enlightenment-based desktop on Ubuntu 1804. Can you mission, briefing, and ancestral vision if you have an As Foretold on the board? Yeah, As Foretold. It's the same as Jace Vryn's Prodigy. I don't think they have any counter spells in their main deck that let Overwhelming Splendor get countered. Like, I'm pretty sure their main deck counter spells are just like Mausoleum Wanderers and Spellquellers. Just like Good Luck, Godspeed. You got that link to the cards we can scan for Warhammer. Dang it, I made a command last night, and now I don't know where it is. Dang it, bot. Oh, it's booster cards, that's it. Past. Current Jeff couldn't remember what past Jeff did. Let's just make both. Let me show you the ideals of my people. We are dragons. Hear us roar. Do. Well, I have Peace of Mind, so I can discard Dovescape to Peace of Mind and then return it to play. Jaga, thank you for the 2-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. There are a lot of commands in the bot. We've been using this thing a while. Alright, so this is definitely a Terminus matchup. This is not a Leyline of Sanctity matchup, so that's a bunch of easy cuts. This is a Silence matchup. Do I have time to silence? I feel like I probably have time to silence a lot of the time. You return Dovescape to play either with Starfield of Nyx or Misfail Plains. And I don't think I want Wrath or Verdict because those get stopped by both Spell Queller and Selfless Spirit, where Termini does not. Let's run it. Yeah, they should play Unified Wills on the board, so they're gonna have ways to counter some of my bigger things post board. I don't think I want all the silences. I don't think I want to cut anything else. Yeah, maybe cutting a Rune Tailor is fine. I could see that. Nah, I'm gonna leave the Rune Tailors in. Rune Tailor is like basically Doomblade. Just like put it into play. Just be like, here, name your thing. Gosh, these Nykthos are so good in some situations, but here they just like feel really bad. Let's see, and needs some Ghostly Prisons and things like that, but pretty reasonable otherwise. We are 1-1 in this league currently, and we're up a game here. This is, if you think this deck is sweet, that's because it is. This is one of the many dozens of deck lists at this point that you can find on my website, jeffhoagland.com. You can find the deck list for it, and as well as a YouTube playlist with a bunch of videos of me playing this deck in the past. So if you haven't checked that out before, I'd highly recommend poking your way over on my website at some point. Lots of good Magic content on there, especially if you enjoy Modern. I just tried watching ads for bits, and it's super not worth it. What's going on, Lyridex? Yeah, ads don't pay a lot per impression. It's a free-to-play grind, Punchworthy. It's a free-to-play grind. Failure. That makes my silence into anything planned much worse. Lotus Bloom's not a terrible pickup though. Zero, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I think we're dying here. I don't even want to know what this clip is. Oh geez. Yeah, okay, I remember what this is. Oh yeah, that's a great clip. Just stupid human tricks, chat. Stupid human tricks. I do so many stupid things on camera that I just kind of like fade over me. I've been able to do that since I was a small child. It's one of my many talents. We're probably gonna need a miracle to get out of this game. I don't know, I guess we hit the 4th land. Ghostly Prison could go a long way here too if they don't have a Spell Queller. Yeah, just like this deck and many deck lists, there is an Abzan Tokens deck list on my website. It doesn't have Assassin's Trophy in it currently, but you can find a couple of leagues that we played with it already. The Warhammer game is a TCG. It has both a physical paper card game and it has a digital counterpart as well. That runs on Android and iOS. I have an intro video here as well as a link to the quick rules. You can find some more gameplay videos on my YouTube channel with it. I have 2 Termini in my deck right now. So yeah, looks like we're gonna need Termini, right? Because even if I stick a Ghostly Prison next turn, they're still gonna have 4. Is 4 enough? 4 is not enough, is it? It is enough. Yeah, it's enough. Not you being possessed by a demon. Just gonna go ahead and run back here. Well. I think I'm keeping this. In the market for a temple. It's pretty hard to pass up double Lotus Bloom in a deck that wants mana like this. I actually don't think Lingering Souls is all that good, Xeron. Liliana and the Last Hope is a card that's become a lot more popular recently as well. I think a lot of well-built green-black decks are going to have a minimum of 2 Liliana and the Last Hope in them, which makes Lingering Souls a lot more lackluster. Cards like Tireless Tracker also allow those decks to just like grind through Lingering Souls better, and Tireless Tracker is a card that you want to be playing, which competes with the 3-drop slot for actually like playing Lingering Souls. It's free to play, and you can buy singles directly. Their digital physical crossover is just like absurdly perfect. It's very, very well done. So these are coming off next turn, so please tap out for something stupid. Even if they Spell Queller one of these next turn, if we hit an untapped land, we get to Enduring Ideal anyways and win the game. Hopefully there's like Cascade St. Trash or something stupid here. The King of Hoaglandia with the big $75 donation. That Delver deck with the Platinum Angel in it. Sounds good. I mean, not every game is for everybody. Not everybody likes Magic, not everybody likes Hearthstone. I'd be surprised if everybody liked that game. Can I get a Silence? Silence would be a great draw. Well, in the words of a great man, we're not here to not go for it. Actually, I don't need to crack this other one, right? I can hold that to hardcast Terminus later if I need to. I'm expecting Negate or Unified Will here. Since they didn't Spell Queller either Lotus Bloom. Disdainful Stroke. Okay, yep, that's a good one. I assume you're referring to the Pack Delver deck? Giving the people what they want, a 3-match league, right? You nasty. Give him the dirty D. Give him the dirty D. Wow, a lot of counterspells this game. Yep. So I'm taking 6 here down to 8. We either hit an Enduring Ideal next turn or we cast this Terminus. That's true. I love donations that are just pushing decks already in the queue. It's like free extra money. I've already been paid to play this deck. Please pay me more. Whoop. Bottoms up. Worth noting that was worse than Verdict there, but sometimes. So we have Starfield to play next turn, guaranteed at least, which then can threaten to get back at Attention Sphere. It was just ordinary wizardry. Yep. That's gonna be relevant in time. We need a Phyrexian on life at this point. Prevent from dying. Rune Halo would also potentially save us depending on what their follow-up is next turn. Oh, we should keep that in case we draw Peace of Mind. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. 10 out of 10 should hold it in case we draw Peace of Mind. We're 1-1. If we lose this game, we'll be 1-2. And we've played 3 what I would consider probably pretty hard matchups. So the fact that we're like have a chance in this game and like we've won 1 already like is not unreasonable. Give him the dirty D here. They're gonna rattle change me. I think that puts us on the 0 outer. Good game, opponent. No, we died. We lost a game, right? I thought this was game 3. Are we up a game? No, yeah, that was game 3. It was like you confused me there for a hot second. I was like, I thought this was the 3rd game, but now you're making me doubt myself. While we're waiting for the next match of this league to pop, I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time stream, meme, magic content producing machine, whatever you want to call it, here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30+ hours a week. If you enjoy my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I love Magic and I love streaming here, but they're the reason I'm able to put all the time and effort into this that I do. So big shout-outs to all of them as always. Past subscribing to support my channel, you can also support me by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com. Love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards with other players. There's no haggling. They just take 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com. Love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. Cool Stuff Inc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anoronix, Justin Nivik, and all y'all out there. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. We're heading down into our fourth match in this league. We're currently 1-2. We're gonna duke out the last couple here. Hopefully, Hopefully we can eke out a couple more. Find a couple of those decks that are full of creatures that get Ghostly Prisoned. That potentially aren't paired with not interested in Lotus Bloom. Probably not interested in Leyline. We kind of look like Andalsim at the moment. Oh no! Storm! Leyline is sanctity, come back! Come back, Leyline, quickly! Quickly, Leyline! Leyline, I didn't beat it! Come back, Leyline! Well, we get to Gideon's Intervention, copy enchantment, Gideon's Intervention. So that's like potentially some game here. Definitely gonna shuffle that Leyline back into my deck here ASAP. Yeah, probably want to just name Grape Shot twice. That sounds like a thing that would happen on Magic Online. We're gonna find out, I suppose. Am I dead yet? I think I have double tier 3 subs to you. Is that possible? Only if you created a second Twitch account to tier 3 sub there as well. So we're not deterministically dead here. They need 3 mana floating to kill us with Gifts Ungiven with a creature. So if they have another Ritual in their hand, we're dead. But we're not dead yet. So if they have another Manamorphose or Ritual, we're dead. But to known information, we're not dead. So I'm not going to concede just yet. Sure. When Storm goes off, they go off pretty reasonably. Yeah, Unlife. I only cast Unlife because it was better than doing nothing. When they kill us, they're gonna kill us by plenty more than 27. And that is deterministic. Alright, so this is a Ghostly's out matchup. This is a Rest in Peace Damping Sphere matchup. Now, they don't even need to repeal the Unlife. Grape Shot hits you individually with triggers, so it just, like, doesn't matter. Yeah, silence is good. Is Overwhelming Splendor something I want to cut? I guess I like almost certainly have things I'd like to prioritize getting out more than that when I get going, right? I want to leave in 1 Sphere of Safety so I have a line to stop goblins in case they go wide with it. I probably don't need Solemnity on life, honestly. Well, Dovescape. I'm going to leave Splendor in because the Dovescape lockout needs Overwhelming Splendor to strip flying off the creatures. I'd love to play first. Thank you for asking. This hand has some tools in it. Do we no longer have Beatles banner rotated out, Nivek? Which is fine. I'm actually talking with several other companies to bring on a couple new banners and for different things. I have to sample some products and make sure they're things that I want to shill. Yeah. If this hand can't beat Storm, hands in our deck don't exist to beat Storm. All right, Ruined Halo. What do I name with this? Do I double up on Grape Shot with Leyline, or do I double up on Gifts? I think I'm just supposed to name Grape Shot. Yes, you have, Justin. You compound them with a donation to force a deck through as a cut the line, if you recall. They took Echoing Truth and pieces of the puzzle. No, wait. But repeal Echoing Truth. They have 2 bounce spells. The queue is currently still slowed. HBC Stark, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I really appreciate that. And the Asa Spades, thank you for the new Prime support as well. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting me. No, I wanted the ability to hold up silence there in case they went for goblins. Like if they started casting a bunch of rituals, I was going to silence them so we don't get goblins. Back for another month, looking forward to the game. Slewy, thanks for the quarter of your support there. Thanks for shipping those Bezo bucks this way again this month. Yeah, Nick those would be a clutch draw for sure. Yeah, Justin, you compound it with a $70 donation to cut the line on something that you wanted. I forget which one. No, I don't think I need to silence in response to an Echoing Truth. I think I would silence at a point where I think they're about to make goblins. Hey, look, there's a Nykthos. Bottom this. Do I want to top this? How much mana do I have this turn? This is 5, 6. This is I'm actually 1 short on this. Because this is only 5, 6. I'm one land short here. Yep. Halo is mana neutral. We pay 2 mana and then it makes 2 mana for us. That's unfortunate for us. Because it means I can't Enduring Ideal next turn. Durka, you should pop into the subs Discord, and I posted my article preview for this week there last night. If you'd rather read a formatted, better proofread article by an editor, it'll be up on Cool Stuffing tomorrow. You know what? I probably should have left, the island on top of my deck. I'm not playing out the second Ruined Halo because I want to hold up silence in case they try and go off next turn. Oh, you're right, I would have, because I had one floating. Yeah, you're super right. I just missed it. That's true. It doesn't leave me silent through remand. You can just post a comment on the article if you want, Nivik. If it's not glaring, it's whatever. I don't have control over stuff once it gets published on there. Fiance is out of the state for 3 weeks for work. What better way to spend my time than watching you? Thomp Dog, thank you for the 4-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Damn it, Justin. Can Halo name gifts? Rune Halo can name gifts ungiven. I elected to name Goblin Electromancer here though, because I'd rather not have that happen. I'd rather not take 2 points of damage this turn. You should check my Twitter for potential Sultai necklace. I think it is worth trying. Unlike many Magic the Gathering personalities, though, I don't like to make strong statements without testing first. So, to answer your question, I'm going to test before I... there's no reason to not wait till here, because I wanna do silence during my main phase, because this way they can't like Echoing Truth my Ruined Halos in response here. Am I going to stream the testing? Yeah, some of it. We'll see. By testing, I mean I'm probably just gonna like play the leagues in the queue. A lot of people have donated to see specific things. I would like this one. Your move, Yugi boy. And then I think we just do the safety dance next turn, so they can't just like put a bunch of doves into play and kill us. Safety dance. Safety dance. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. They probably don't know what the full lock is, to be fair. They're probably thinking they can like make a bunch of doves. You bought 5,000 quail. That's a lot of quail. So we have to... How do we win? So it's going to be more convoluted, but we're still going to be able to win. We have to Detention Sphere our own Rest in Peace, and then we have to discard this to the card that gives us stuff, that gives us health, and then we Mist Veil Planes it back into our deck. You can't Runed Halo Bird because Bird is not a creature. So I need to get this turn, I'm gonna get Detention Sphere and get rid of my own Rest in Peace. I'm pretty sure you can only attack with one. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. Yeah. Why not just get Starfield? I think I boarded Starfield out, right? Yeah, I boarded Starfield out. What's the problem? I have a way to do it. Like, we have a way to win the game. People are like acting like there's an issue to solve. There's not an issue. We literally have a plan in place for this exact unlucky situation. Starfield also bad against a bunch of 1/1 blockers. That is correct. Do-do-do. 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 So we're gonna put a copy enchantment on Sphere of Safety next turn. You think they even have enough lands in the— oh, I just clicked on Dovescape. Oh, I just clicked on Dovescape. Why did I click on Dovescape, chat? Why did I click on Dovescape? Whatever. They saw the writing on the walls. I think we were fine. We did it! Yeah! We did it! It doesn't actually give them more birds because the second trigger won't resolve, right? Maybe it does give them more birds? I don't actually know. Cause it's a sneeper keeper, do 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 do, sneep pa keep pa do 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 do. Ways this hand could get better. Drawing another Lotus Bloom. Yes. Put Mulligan to 5. God bless us, everyone. Ooh, candy. Nummy candy. Nummy candy. Better go buy more quail, I guess. Yeah, right. There's gonna be like rit goblins. Good luck. God bless, just that I can handle that goblin. We're definitely casting Wet Ball this turn. Not particularly close. You're feeling a little damp around these parts, chat. Pieces of the puzzle. Pieces of the puzzle. Wet Ball, not really. It makes us pay 1 for the second Lotus Bloom, and then means we can't Enduring Ideal the same turn, but that's fine. We kind of have copious amounts of mana. What do they take? They put Repeal and Pieces of the Puzzle in their hand. Runed Halo. I'm gonna bottom that for the time being. I'm playing a cheap enchantment tutor. Is 7 mana cheap? Is that how we're classifying cheap these days? Seems loose. Seems loose. Loose! Any plans to stream more champions? Yeah, I actually streamed more champions last night. You can find it up on my YouTube channel. Everything I stream ends up there. I took Pyretic Rituals, Serum Visions. I am planning to stream champions every Wednesday evening for a couple of hours, but outside of Wednesday, it'll be sporadic. Because unlike Magic, which qualifies as a job for me at this point, the champions is just a hobby. I'm just enjoying playing the game, so it's gotta fit it in where time permits. So this will cost me 1. Because Wet Ball is symmetrical. Oh, I should have tapped this, right? 10 out of 10 should have tapped that. I don't have silence through a remand up now. If they repeal a Lotus Bloom here, I'm gonna crack it in response, I think. Abrade my Wet Ball. That is incredibly unfortunate for me. My Enduring Ideal costs 9 that turn. Pretty confident I just float white here at this point. It denies them a draw. Do I think they're going to continue going off? I don't have enough mana to cast Silence next turn anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and Silence here. Yeah, but then I'd have lost to a remand, and that feels really bad. Because the remands only cost 1. I guess I'm kind of in a position to get hosed by remand anyways. Yeah, feels bad, man. Decks in Modern don't have positions. Modern doesn't have a metagame. Modern has 60 decks that are playable in it. Pick one you like and play it well. The only people that think they can metagame a large Modern tournament are idiots or people who are lying to themselves. Yeah, I added copies of Serum Visions today, which have been kinda whatever. Thing in the ice, yep, that's a big scary. I'm just gonna give you a break instead of trying to explain what magic cards do. I didn't cast the Leyline because I felt like I really need to draw lands to win this game. So I was hoping to draw a land with the Serum Vision, so then also cast Leyline that turn, so I can kind of advance my board state. Sure, but commonly played in Modern isn't 25% of the room like in Standard. Commonly played in Modern is like 10% or less at any given tournament, which means even if Modern's the type of format where if you have a 95% win rate against the 4 best decks in the room, you're still not guaranteed. Let's rephrase. If you have a 95% win rate against the 4 best decks in the room, but you're 10% against the rest of the field, you are not going to do well at that Modern tournament because there are just that many other decks in the room. It doesn't have a sure benefit next turn, Cinnabar. You need four white pips in play in order for Nykthos to net you mana. So Leyline in play has no guaranteed benefit towards making mana. It has a small potential upside of stopping them from casting Gifts and giving her Grape Shot, but that is super minimal. And Stockholm did not even have 13% blue-white control. Stockholm had 13% of day 2 playing blue-white control. We don't have the numbers that say what the total percentage of blue-white control was in the overall field. And that's a data metric that's very important for talking about metagame representations and how powerful decks are. And that just isn't information we have accessible to us. I would not board in Ceremony Trajection against Hollow-Wood. Seems absurdly narrow. Yeah. Peace, Thump. Have a good one. No, I'm talking about, you're saying 13% is minuscule, and I'm saying it's even smaller than that. Because you're saying 13% in the day 2 metagame is minuscule. I'm saying in the overall format, in the first 8 matches people played in that tournament, it was even less than that. Well, we're currently 1-3, so 3-2ing is not going to be an option here. We have 3-2 with this deck previously, but this is not. Ooh, we have Leyline for their burn, and we have Ghostly Prisons if we can hit another land tier, so that would be nice. There's a possibility the person I just timed out meant blue-white control. As a heads up, blue-white control in Magic is UB or white U. Sorry, white U or U white. All right, well, if we miss on a land, we're going to die. All right, and I think I just go ahead and named Rune Talo here to gain 4. I just named Burning Tree Emissary with this. And then we'll go land into prison, and on life. No, that's not strictly true, look no numbers, because blue-white control was the most represented deck among the players who had 3 buys in that tournament, which means regardless of my personal feelings about the deck, it almost certainly converted better than it was represented in the room. Because not only do 3 buys mean you're more likely to day 2, but players that have 3 buys are more likely to be good Magic players. You are resubbed there, Grimwatch. Thanks for the support. I appreciate that. Yeah, this deck has the tools to be competitive. In the right matchups, this deck is more than reasonable. I'm gonna get rid of some of our slower, more mopey cards. I really don't need Dovescape in this matchup because they can't destroy any of our stuff. Starfield of Nyx is probably a little bit slow as well. It's my last one. Probably trim a copy enchantment here. Run it. I think the buy system in Grand Prix is great and very reasonable. As somebody who's both played in events with buys and played in events without buys, you're not given those buys for nothing, chat. You earn those buys. Magic has a lot of variance. If it is already near impossible to like make a living traveling to play Magic because of how much variance this game has. If you got rid of buys, that variance would just increase even more, which is unreasonable in my opinion. We didn't put both ley lines into play because I don't expect my opponent's deck to be able to take ley line off the table. And I have Peace of Mind in my hand, which turns this ley line into 3 health. This is tough. I think I'm supposed to keep this Unlife and hope to draw a land next turn, because Unlife is, like, really good in this matchup. It basically gains us 10 or more. You want buys, show up and earn them. I think we're dead, Jim. Paid $80 for my buys, thank you very much. I just need to play last chance events until I hit 3 good matchups. So, jumping up past 3 mana isn't really what I'm looking to do in this matchup. Like, getting to 3 is the tipping point, and like, putting more ley lines into play doesn't help me get to 3. Again, I'm gonna hold it because of the other one. Hey, good guy, Goblin Guy, done mulliganing us. Okay. Ding. If you're going to, again, make a discussion, when I talk about articulating yourself and being specific on this channel, I don't mean quantifying that with I think or I feel. Like, you need to be specific. You need to be like, it does this because, and then give me a reasonable because. We do need a 4th land to go with the verdict, but probably gonna have to get a little bit lucky to win this anyway, so might as well. I'm gonna put this on Mog Fanatic. Am I? I guess Goblin Guide. Goblin Guide saves me the most health. Ideally, this hand would have had a Ghostly Prison, but can't have everything. Like a little dab in the morning. To be fair, Wombat, that's not something people are very used to anymore. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to 6 here. Need an untapped land real bad. Temple of Tilt. Temple of Tilt. Do 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 do. Maybe we'll get really lucky. And they won't have another Bushwhacker. And then we'll get to clean the board and then, like, live our happy lives. Oh, I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. All right, chat. If we find a Nykthos, we could win this game. Nykthos for the GGs. Nykthos for the GGs. Nykthos for the GGs. Nykthos. Nykthos. Gosh, chat. We're one off. We're one off. So I have to bottoms up here and then hope to Serum Visions into a Nykthos. Alright. Survey says... Oh, no! Oh, no! We were so close! We were so close! I think, Sounds good, Jackal Girl, will do. I'll make a note of that. I think I'm gonna demote this deck to the meme category on my website. Like, that last matchup is, like, one of the few matchups where, like, you're kinda competitive with this deck, and we still basically just got dumpstered. And while I think this definitely is capable of winning games and even matches of Magic, it's definitely pretty inconsistent and clunky and stuff like that. All memes are fan favorites. Meme versus fan favorite is more of a power level thing. It's more of a power level thing than anything. Demote ideal to Remote. As far as the deck's concerned, I tried Serum Visions today, and I don't think I like that change. It just felt kind of clunky. I ended up cutting one land for one of the Serum Visions. There were definitely games where like the Serum Visions were just like worse than lands, so I think I would just go back to the list that's on the site. I have no fan noises here. I mean, my computer has a fan in it, so I assume if you have it up exceedingly loud that you're going to hear my fan occasionally in the background. I did increase the gain on my microphone. Actually, turn the noise gate up a hair. Yeah, that looks better. All right. Serum Vision.